I don't think me painting will make good YouTube content. One oil painting, for example, would take me like a couple years to finish. Because I'm no longer a college student. If I'm gonna do a painting, it's gonna be a statement piece. It's gonna be my absolute best work, the best I'm capable of, and it's gonna be professional quality. We're talking could be in a gallery 100 years from now. And if I'm gonna be painting on that level, it's gonna take me a long time. I'm not just a kid in training anymore. I'm an adult. It's time for me to paint some stuff that is going to knock people's socks off. None of this 1 month final painting for your art class and you have a strict deadline. No. No, I'm not doing Bob Ross style. I'm not a speed painter and I don't want speed results. I want something that's going to be iconic. I want something that's going to be something that Bob Ross could not paint. Something better than him. Have you ever asked yourself, what could Bob Ross paint if he spent a year on a painting? How good could that be? And then let that blow your mind. Bob Ross's speed painter is all about volume. Pop one off, sell them cheap, keep it flowing. That isn't me. I'm probably going to do 10 or 12 paintings in my life. And if I manage to do that, those 12 paintings have to be my Mona Lisa. They have to be my masterpiece. I'm gonna finish the few master's copies I'm doing of some studies on Rembrandt and stuff like that. They're basically forgeries of famous paintings. That's what you're taught to do in art class. Create master's copies in order to learn how the masters did it. You recreate it. After I'm done with those, which I've already started in the past, years and years ago, I'm going to finish those. Then I'm going to do my own master paintings. Master quality masterpieces. And I haven't decided what those paintings will be of. Perhaps one of them will be of my wife. We'll see. I mean, I have to decide on it. I think I have actually some ideas written down, luckily. I'll have to check deep on some of my old to-do lists to find that. But yeah, I think I already have some ideas. Probably like wildlife, portraiture type painting. Like of an eagle swooping down and catching a fish, like a close-up action shot painting or something cool like that, but it might need to be more iconic than that. Time can do a lot more. Time can perfect. Time can bring hyper-realism. Time can remove the imperfections. Time can be the difference between something that, oh, looks pretty good, to that's exactly what my vision was, and that has surpassed what I thought I'm even capable of. That's what time can do. Time can push you to the next level, beyond what anybody thought you could possibly do. Time removes any limits to your capabilities. If you think you can't do a portrait, put 2 years into that portrait and we'll see if you can do it. Even the worst painter on earth, if given enough time, can create a masterpiece level work. If you have ridiculous talent, then you can probably get away with doing something pretty darn good in a short amount of time. If you're not that talented, or if you're just not that experienced, you're going to need more time to be able to achieve the same quality as a master. but you can still achieve the same quality as a master. It's just going to take you a lot longer, because you don't know all the tricks and tips that they know. What's up, mailbox? I wouldn't want to do a painting in a few days because I would think that it could be better if I kept going. I'd want to do additional passes, thin layers, and tweaking passes. Correcting this, smoothing out that, blending this better, fixing the hand, fixing the posture, adjusting the lighting, adding more color, adding more depth, adding more focus. You know, there's just an infinite number of things you can add until eventually you're like, this is perfect. So that's why I would keep going with it. I don't think I would sell the painting because I'm not going to do enough paintings in my life to justify it just losing them all. I would like to create my own gallery in my own home of all of my works of art. Or have galleries in families' houses of my works of art, like my mother's house. Where people can enjoy it. Somebody that has a lot of company come over. And people can be like, oh, wow, these are beautiful. And she'll be like, yeah, my son did them. And they'll be like, dang, that's amazing. Then people want to meet me and ask me about it. That feels really gratifying. And that already happened with one of my paintings at my mom's house. People were blown away by it. It's a painting you guys have not seen, actually. It was a master's copy of a painting called Doubting Thomas by Caravaggio, who was a Renaissance painter. He used obscura-style painting technique, and he liked stark contrast between light and darkness. He'd often have a single light source for his scenes, and he would hire homeless people to pose as models for his paintings that oftentimes were religious, based on stories or scenes from the Bible. And they would pose and he would paint. He was a true master. His paintings are all over museums all over the world. Him and Rembrandt are, I believe, my two favorite painters of all time. I love Renaissance style painting. I'm not into modern painting at all. I like realism, but not necessarily hyperrealism. I still like it to have a painterly quality. Otherwise, why not just take a picture, you know?